Something huge is going on with Roy's Lucario in Pokémon Horizons, and somehow almost nobody has noticed it yet, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're gonna want to stick around for this one, trust me. Look, we all know that Roy's Lucario hasn't given the best impression to fans so far. His entire existence has been written off as just shilly fan service by a lot of people. He did surprisingly get a really well executed backstory mini-arc, but ever since then it feels like he's really fallen into the backseat. He feels like he has no real personality, no real role in the story, and on top of that, in the past 20 episodes, he's lost battle after battle after battle. He lost against the 6 heroes, he lost against Nemona, he lost against the Explorer's Grunts, he lost against Nemona again. It's crazy how dirty the writers are doing him after hyping him up so much in the backstory arc. Some fans are even starting to call him a fraud, and that was a title I thought they had reserved for only Ash's Lucario. But I really think everything going on with Lucario right now is 100% intentional by the writers. I think that all of his losses, all of his struggles, they could all be intentionally building up to a huge moment for Roy's Lucario where he once again takes the spotlight. Something massive in the story that makes him stronger and more important than ever. And the reason I think this is all down to one moment in particular at the end of Lucario's most recent battle against Nemona. In this battle, Lucario lost to Nemona's Pawmot for the second time in a row, an opponent he should be stronger than considering he defeated Pawmot ages ago in the past. And Lucario's reaction to this moment was crystal clear. He was shocked and horrified when he realised he was about to lose. And immediately after the battle, Nemona told Roy and Lucario that they relied way too much on brute force rather than anything else, which is why they lost. Roy is a really good sport and he agrees with Nemona and says they'll train way more and win next time. You know, the usual chat after a Pokemon battle. But Lucario, on the other hand, he's the complete opposite, dude. Rather than being a good sport or being happy that he tried his best, he just sits there deep in thought. He looks so solemn and serious, and the camera focuses on his face for a whole 3 seconds. That alone tells us the writers want us to pay attention to Lucario and his reaction. It really drills in that this moment cut way deeper than it seems for Lucario. I'm guessing that losing battle after battle after battle along with being defeated by Nemona, someone he already defeated in the past, it's making him frustrated and introspective, you know? He knows he should be doing better than this. And in particular, what Nemona said about Lucario relying on brute force way too much, I think that is critical, dude. I think that's really important. You see, Mega Lucario is the definition of a brute force Mega Pokemon. In the games, its highest stat is attack, and its entire thing is just charging at the opponent and punching them as hard as it can to get the win. That's exactly how Roy's Lucario has been portrayed. So if Lucario wants to begin doing better, as his reaction suggests, then I think a totally different battling approach would be the thing to help it reach its peak and actually defeat Nemona again. And for me, in terms of a Lucario, not using brute force means there's 2 other avenues to focus on. 1, speed, and 2, aura. If Roy's Lucario can focus more on its speed in battles, you know, dodging everything, zooming around at the speed of light, and if he can focus more on using his unique aura powers during battles to buff himself like he did as the Yellow Blast, then I think they will be the things that allow him to become stronger and beat Nemona. And think about that for a second. A Lucario focused on aura and speed? Does that sound familiar to you? Because it's certainly ringing a bell for me. Dude, that description is literally Mega Lucario Z from Pokemon Legends ZA. First of all, Mega Lucario Z's stats are way more geared towards speed and special attack than regular Mega Lucario is, and that in itself already feels less brute forcey and more skill based. On top of that, Mega Lucario Z's official description says it all. It mentions how Mega Lucario Z is way more focused on aura than regular Mega Lucario is, how it surrounds its entire body in aura to increase its defense, flexibility and agility, how it can use its aura in many ways like creating shields and concentrating it into body parts. It even mentions how Mega Lucario Z's movements are so graceful and speedy that it disorients opponents. All of this aligns perfectly with what I said about Lucario needing to focus more on speed and aura to win battles rather than just brute force. So I genuinely think the writers were using the Nemona battle to set up development for Roy's Lucario, resulting in Roy's Lucario becoming a Mega Lucario Z. And this isn't the only reason why I think that. There's a couple of other things too. First of all, the ending theme for Pokémon Horizons has one really interesting segment. It specifically showcases the Pokémon belonging to the main cast who undergo some form of transformation in this story arc, and that ending theme updates when the transformation happens in the episodes. For example, it shows Liko's Hattrem evolving into Liko's Hatterene, then it shows Dot's Gimmighoul evolving into Goldengo, then it shows Liko's Charcadet evolving into Armarouge, but then interestingly it shows Roy's Lucario? Roy's Lucario hasn't undergone any kind of transformation in this story arc like all of the others had. And if it was meant to represent Lucario transforming into the regular Mega Lucario, then they would have already shown it because that's not a secret. But they intentionally didn't show that. So that absolutely screams to me that something is going to happen to Lucario in the future of this arc, some kind of big transformation, and then the visuals of the ending theme will be updated to represent that like it did for all the other Pokemon. So this, accompanied with all of the stuff I said before about Lucario, it really makes me think that Mega Lucario Z is gonna happen soon, dude. It fits what Nemona said, and it explains why Lucario is in the segment of the ending theme where the Pokemon transform in this story arc. I really think the ending theme will update to Mega Lucario Z. Roy already has a keystone to Mega Evolve, and he has the bond with Lucario, and he already knows how to Mega Evolve, so it's not like getting a Mega Lucario Z would take loads of episodes, you know? It could be done really quickly, all he has to do is find a Lucario Knight Z Megastone. And now the final puzzle piece. The opening theme for this story arc shows Roy's base form Lucario battling a random Hawlucha. This has left fans so incredibly confused for the entire story arc. Everything else in the opening theme makes sense, but this sequence is just so random with no explanation. Like, whose Hawlucha is it? Why a Hawlucha? Why is Lucario not Mega Evolved? How is this significant enough to be a big part of the opening theme? Well, I think this Lucario vs Hawlucha battle in the opening theme is meant to represent Lucario's future training and development, all of which leads to him becoming a Mega Lucario Z. That would explain why Lucario is in his base form versus Hawlucha rather than being Mega Evolved, because Lucario is learning a new Mega Evolution. It's not about the Mega Evolution he already has. And then maybe when he achieves Mega Lucario Z, the opening theme could update to Mega Lucario Z battling Hawlucha instead. Hey, maybe Hawlucha could even update to Mega Hawlucha if that happens. Because maybe the Hawlucha belongs to a trainer who's helping Roy and Lucario with their training and with getting Mega Lucario Z. Now this could really go one of two ways in my eyes. It either has to be a trainer who knows Mega Evolution and can help Roy through that lens, or it has to be a trainer who knows Aura and can help Roy through that lens. And hey, it just so happens the two characters, one who knows Mega Evolution and one who knows Aura, well, they both have their own Mega Lucarios, and they both have their own Hawluchas. Korrina, the master of Mega Evolution, and Ash Ketchum, the master of Aura. I genuinely think this opening theme could be teasing that Roy and his Lucario will train their Mega Evolution and train their Aura with either Korrina or Ashy Boy. Korrina or Ash with their Mega Lucarios and the Mega Hawluchas. They could help Roy's Lucario to master his Aura and become a Mega Lucario Z. I just really can't think of who else this Hawlucha could belong to, and why else it would be so significant to be in the opening theme with Lucario. Now of course, I do think Korrina is far more likely, because she's a huge part of the Mega Dimension DLC in the Legend ZA games and they'll probably want to promote that, and plus obviously she's the Mega Evolution guru in the games and the anime. But honestly man, you never really know. Ash Ketchum could be possible too in a huge twist for the franchise's 30th anniversary. But yeah, all I know for sure is that Nemona and Lucario's reactions to Roy losing that battle, along with the ending theme teasing a future transformation for Lucario, plus the ambiguity of the opening theme showing Lucario versus Hawlucha, all of this is absolutely implying something big is coming for Lucario. And in my eyes, the only thing that makes sense with all of it is Roy getting a Mega Lucario Z. I think it's just a matter of time, dude. Fans were really frustrated with the writers giving us another Mega Lucario after we just had Ash's one in Pokemon Journeys, but maybe it could be for more reasons than just shilling the fan favourite mascot. Maybe it was all to set up Roy's Mega Lucario Z. That would not only promote the Legend ZA game, but it would also greatly differentiate Roy's Lucario from all the others in the anime too. The only slight issue is that Shiny Mega Lucario Z absolutely does not match Roy's colour scheme whatsoever, but hey, that's a small price to pay for Peak, right? And who knows, maybe they'll recolor it and change it for Roy's Lucario exclusively. So be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my theory video, and let me know what you think of all of this below. I also really want to say thank you so much to all of my incredible channel members on screen right now. You guys are absolute legends. That includes Jay, Jascadia, Toten, Fizz, Not Mini, Shareborn, Hope, Finny, Shiny, And on that note, thank you all so much for watching and best wishes until we meet again!